I asked the guys, there's something called the Rosh Hamidabrim. At every single event in Yeshiva, this next Bacher speaks every Sudas Preda, every Siyum, every birthday party. He's the Rosh Hamidabrim. He nails it every time. He's brilliant. He's articulate. He nails it. His growth, his parents, incredible people who are part of the Yeshiva. If he wasn't speaking, I would tell them to come up with him, but he's going to stay up to speak. But this Bacher's growth and his journey with his mom's incredible journey, with his stepdad's journey, with his father's journey, the whole journey, incredible people who are just really important people in the yeshiva. Please come up, Meshulam, Charach.
Start by thanking everybody for coming, whether you came from close, from far, saying it's not working, or if you're a parent, sibling, relative, or just some guy who came to try to speak out of Kalish. I really want to thank you all for coming to celebrate together with us. Really, if it weren't for everybody here, this wouldn't be possible. Everybody has impacted all of us, and it really means a lot to us, so thank you. Now, I have a theory, or really more of a belief, that if you were to ask people that really know Waterbury what the main meter of a Waterbury guy is, or one of the meters that makes him so special, one of the most common answers would probably be honesty, or very similar to honesty, but it would all come down to honesty. And now there are different ways you could be honest. You can be honest by saying white lies, for example. Somebody has a pillow and you take their pillow and you hide it in a cubby, and then the person comes and asks you if you have their pillow, and you say, no, I don't have your pillow, because really you don't have their pillow. The shelf technically has it right now, but that we would call that person a white liar because he's ignoring the real question being asked. The question is do you have my pillow right now? The question is, I lost my pillow. Can you help me? I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot. And you deciding to nitpick on his words and just say, no, I don't have your pillow, the shelf has it. So I think we would all agree that person is not an honest person. Now, how most of us would probably describe an honest person, and also how Google describes an honest person, is somebody who is willing to tell the truth, even if it means admitting that they did something wrong. So that's nice and all, but I want to say that the honesty that guys get from Waterbury it's much more than just telling the truth, even when you're wrong. It's a deep respect for the truth, and it's even more so. It's a want, an overwhelming just want to know the truth and find it, no matter where it is and no matter who it comes from, whether it's from the darkest places within ourselves or from our worst enemy. We want to hear the truth, and we want to see it and find it and tackle it. Right. So this honesty, it brings us to a lot of places. One thing it does is it shows us the nuance of this world that we're in. It shows us that when two guys are just talking about the weather, they're not just talking about the weather. They're having a conversation. And why are they having that conversation? To try to connect to each other. Why are they trying to connect to each other? Because they want and crave relationship, and they want to know that person. They know that person's good deep down, whether they express it now or not. That's what it's about. That's what this honesty, this truth is. It's more than just telling the truth. It's seeking it and searching it and seeing the deeper version of the truth. Now, I will get into this more later, but right now I want to say how Waterbury creates such an honesty. Obviously, we all know him. It all starts with Rebbe Kalish. You created this yeshiva with the embodying the ideals of this honesty and just constantly dedicating yourself towards this yeshiva with such an honesty that really forces you to look deep within yourself and just not ignore any part. Just say, if you have a feeling, even if you do something, you leave your shoelace untied in the morning, you're doing this for a reason. You have deeper feelings. Things don't just happen. Now, this then passes down to all the Rebbeim, whether they're constantly just talking about honesty in the shir, every single shir. Whether you're in 10th grade just learning how to be you with Rebbe Zone, or you're in 12th grade just learning how to put your passion and put you towards whatever you want, whether it be Torah, whether it just be a job, whether it be art, doesn't matter. You're just learning how to put this truth that you've found towards whatever your passion is. Now, this then goes even further. It goes down to the dorm counselors in the dorms. Where no matter where the dorm counselors are, they're constantly embodying the ideals of this yeshiva and this honesty. Whether it's in the base, in the dorm, out of the dorm, on campus, off campus, or just by a night activity, all it takes is one conversation with any dorm counselor, and I promise you want to emulate the honesty that they have. I have no doubt about it. Now, people say that there's a thing people like to say when they don't like Waterbury, and it's that Waterbury is a bubble. Right, it's a bubble. You go in, you have a good time, yeah, everybody's nice to you, then you leave and you come to the real world. And I agree, Waterbury is definitely a different world. But Waterbury is the real world. This honesty brings us to the real world. These other places, these other yeshivas, they don't have this honesty. Only Waterbury has this honesty and can bring this honesty out of you, which people find out when they're here for a few years, that it's very, very hard to lie in Waterbury, and it's especially hard to lie towards yourself. So, now my main point. How does this honesty really help us, and why does it make Waterbury special, besides for just being a different world? Now, as I said before, this honesty lets us look deep within ourselves. It lets us see the walls and fortresses that we've built to protect the most delicate part of our essence, which is also known as our neshama. And it lets us lay siege to those walls and just keep attacking and battering those walls and breaking them down. And it'll be tough some days, and it'll be, hard, but we still keep going, and we keep pushing through, and we keep breaking down the walls, and we keep opening ourselves up to these new experiences and all these things that we may have been traumatized from in the past by bad rebbeim, bad teachers, or bad anything. And we just conquer them and rise above them thanks to this honesty. Now, this honesty also is the reason why, if you come to Waterbury, you see every single time a person sees his friend, you're just going over them and giving him a hug. It's not a coincidence that this honesty is bringing that out. This honesty helps you see in your friend. It helps you see the truth of your friend. It shows that since I know honestly that I'm going through something and I went through something, so then my friend must also be going through stuff, and I could see that he's doing great and he's getting better, and I just want to give him a hug, and I want what's best for him, and I don't want him to fail, and I want to keep pushing him forward. And this, almost creates just two people just leaning on each other and just helps each other along. It's like one of those like you tie two people's legs together, like one of their legs, and it's like a beanbag race. I don't know what you have, like in a sack, and you have to run across the finish line. I don't know what it's called, but you're pushing each other together. And if it weren't for the other guy giving you that hug, it wouldn't be able to move forward. And the only reason you can give that hug is because of this honesty and this truth. Now, this honesty also tells us, it tells us how to express, when to express, and why we should express. When you look deep within yourself, you're seeing that I have these feelings, and you're going to Musar, and you're hearing that this is what happens when you do express. You're learning why. It's very nice that you could express, but why are you expressing? And you realize that you're doing it because I want to fit into this world, and I want to be better. I want to do better. I know I'm worth more. This honesty is also another thing people don't like about Waterbury is that they feel you have to hit rock bottom in order to grow in Waterbury. Everybody has to fail, they have to be at their worst point, and then they get better and become Charach and they're good, they go to Israel, very nice, they're good people. They would have done that without Waterbury. Why do they need to hit rock bottom first? So, first of all, it's not rock bottom, that's a lie. When a person's laying in bed all day, they're growing, they're actually doing much better than if you were to be forcing them to get out of bed every single day and go to shoppers and have a full schedule. When they're laying in bed all day after they first come to Waterbury, right, which not everybody does, but some people do, and some parents get nervous that their kids do. And it's okay to be nervous. Obviously, you want your kids to do the best and you want them to be great, and you know they could be great and you know they want to be great. But that kid I know me personally, I'm learning how to express myself. It's not about, I really do want to go to shoppers, and I try to wake up for shoppers every day, but I didn't know what it was like to do that without somebody pushing me, and I need to find the want within myself. I don't need an external factor there. It needs to be coming from within me. It needs to be honest. It needs to be true. And this is what Waterbury helps teach you. When you come here and you're sitting in bed a day, and then you realize, hey, I want to wake up for shoppers, and it's coming from within me. I don't want to wake up for shoppers because my mother's going to yell at me. I want to wake up for shoppers because I want to be by shoppers, and for no other reason than I want to be by shoppers. Well, obviously, there's deeper reasons behind why I want to be by shoppers, but within that, there's more reasons. Hey, this honesty is also another reason that whether this is a good speech, a bad speech, or in between, when I get off stage right now, I know I'm getting a million, I got claps, high fives, it's all nice and whatever. But there's more behind that. It's not just because, good speech, bad speech. It's more than just etiquette. You'll find in Waterbury, if people are clapping for etiquette, you could tell that it's not really a real clap. People are going to be clapping for me, I hope, because they know that this means a lot to me. Getting up here and speaking in front of everybody means a lot to me. There's a lot behind it, and I put work into that. See, this is more than just a clap because I said a good line. It's a clap because I'm being vulnerable, and everybody sees I'm being vulnerable, and they know they have to support me when I'm being vulnerable so that they could help me grow. And hopefully I'll be able to do the same for them. And then when they're being vulnerable, I can clap for them, and we help each other grow along that path. And now, why this makes Waterbury even more special, right? All these honesty that it gives you, is that it applies to each individual. Not everybody in Waterbury comes, and not always do they leave being a big Ben Torah, and they're learning all day, and they're just in the davening all day, and they have real connection to davening. You learn with this honesty that you get it no matter what you do, whether you connect to davening, which some people do, and you connect to learning, which some people do, or you connect to making art, which some people do, you connect to skateboarding, which some people do, you connect to basketball, which some people do. Everybody learns how to put themselves towards whatever their passion is, no matter what you're doing, and they learn how to make it theirs and take it and acquire it for themselves from within themselves. And it's not just another guy who's doing real estate. It's a guy who's doing real estate from within himself, and he's expressing it, and really it is a Ben Torah. I shouldn't have said that he's not a Ben Torah, because he is. He's telling the truth, he's being the truth, he's doing the truth. And that is what makes Waterbury so special. So thank you, Rebbe, thank you all, for doing it.